Following on from last time, I want to give you 2 remaining things to help avoid the bottom falling out of your world. The first one is to understand the influence of environmental factors. You know, there are times, there are places and moods when we are more likely to make certain choices, good or bad. One situation, for example, is when we are taken by surprise. Just think of Peter cutting off the servant's ear after they'd come to arrest Jesus. Another dangerous situation is when we perceive that we have been mistreated. Jesus said that the greatest in the kingdom is the servant. And then someone comes along and treats you like a servant, and we get mad. You know, it's been said that you know whether or not you really are a servant by the way that you react when you're treated like one. It is dangerous when we are drawn to the evil that other people are doing. And what we watch on television or on the internet, what you read, will say a lot about what we are really like. So we need to be aware of the environment that we are entering into. Be aware of its dangers. Set the limits in your own mind before you venture out, and don't arrogantly assume that you can handle it. We need to take sin seriously. Remember, we reduce the risks if we understand our fallen nature. Whatever environment you may be entering into, if you cannot avoid it, then at least be aware of the pitfalls, especially if you're away from home or traveling on your own. And the second one is the environment of age. The environment of age. You know, adolescents have great changes taking place, going on in their bodies, which we call hormones. And so they and their parents need to be aware of this and to respond accordingly. It's also a time when peer pressure is at its highest and they are most vulnerable to succumbing to bad choices. For young adults, it's more about emotional needs. The need for intimacy is greatest and can speak louder than wisdom. And the need for identity, to fit in and to prove oneself valuable, for example, through their chosen career. You know, it's so important at this stage of life to establish a clear and regular, prayerful and reflective lifestyle, and not to be tempted to rely on abundant energy, youthful charisma, and inner enthusiasm. Now, in midlife, feelings of gradual loss can become very real. Loss of time, loss of opportunities, loss of energy, of youthfulness. Relationships are changing with more than half of one's life gone, and the latter half not likely to be as kind as the first. Pressures may come from parents, may come from children, or with our finances. Now, if we are wise, then we will be aware of the specific challenges and take the necessary steps, including seeking advice from long and established friendships as a means of protecting ourselves. Even our seniors are capable of misbehavior, of making poor choices, and need to be aware of how they will tend to think and to act. They may be tempted to feel that they are losing value as a person, will take longer to do the simple things, struggle with self-esteem and be resistant to change. They may be anxious about deteriorating health. They can become bitter or feel that they are being pushed aside. Many are isolated and are frequently reminded of death. Whilst all these stages are inevitable, by understanding the dangers at every stage, we can minimize the risks of misbehavior and of making the bad choices that can lead to the bottom falling out of your world. God bless you.